Hello, hello. Welcome to the Basically Chaotic podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Tiff Twinkle, and next to me I have.
Honey Meow, and next to me I have
that gremlin child, and next to me I have
Cos the Wagon. And apparently I don't know who Linkin Park is.
Yeah, damn right you don't.
you just call yourself out, Loz.
Yeah.
They were gonna call me out.
Tim calls himself out for watching League of Legends Worlds on stream while we talk.
Okay, 100% Oni here also has it up as well because we're avid League fans, even though it is like 40 minutes until the start of the match.
I'm gonna put it on in the background.
Yes! Oh, see, I told you. I freaking told you. Anyways, no. No, in actual
Loz,
fact,
what nerds?
I'll set a timer. 40 minutes, you watch, you'll go quiet.
Yeah, probably. No, but yeah, also, everyone, let's call out Loza in the chat, and just, like, any DMs or anything, please, just educate them on Linkin Park, I swear to God. But yeah, no, we're here today. Loza is back from their little break. Because Oz Comic Con was a thing that happened last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hectic.
So I feel as though before we start this episode, by the way, there won't be an episode in 2 weeks because we're all actually going to be at PAX Australia. So we're actually. Yeah, we're actually all going to be there. We're going to be making some TikToks as well. We're going to be hanging out. We're going to be doing stuff. So if anybody feels like they want to come and meet us in person, for any listener out there on the Spotify or rewatch it on like YouTube and all that, please feel free to come hang out with us. We're a friendly bunch. We're going to be making TikToks all weekend. We're going to be just vibing. But yeah, so I thought I would preface that before we get into today's episode, because it's probably important to note that we do this on a fortnightly schedule, but unfortunately the fortnight falls onto PAX weekend.
Also, if you don't mind me correcting you, Tim, we're friendly, Tim isn't.
Hey, I'm sorry, what
I
did I
promise
do?
not to bite.
Yeah, actually, no, yeah, we're friendly, Brit isn't. Bryn will
Gremlin.
Bye,
I
child.
behave as long as I have to.
Alright. Alright, no, let's actually get into today's episode. We thought of this topic, what was it? We were talking about this topic because it was brought to our attention that a lot of the overseas folks, because mainly this revolved around cosplay competitions, because this was a conversation I was having with Loza outside, like, because obviously we chat outside of all the other stuff that we do, and we were talking about like cosplay competitions and like how it's different, and how like a lot of TikToks and all that were popping up about the differences between their competition versus ours, and it got me thinking, it's like, are there fundamental different, like from our perspective, what are the biggest differences between Australian conventions versus the American conventions, or like any overseas conventions? Because I feel as though there's a stark difference, like way big of a difference, if I'm all honest.
They do theirs in summer.
That too. That too. We do ours in our winter. Now, for anybody that asks, our winter is like what, the May, June, July period, isn't it?
That's autumn.
Oh, sorry, autumn. Sorry, it's autumn,
Our
winter.
winter is June, July, August.
Yeah, that's when we. That's when we do. Yeah, that's when we do our cons, which is annoying some days, but it's fine. It's fine. But yeah, no, I felt like we should talk about this topic because it is a very interesting topic, and especially because Loza brought it up. So, Loza, do you want to start with like some of your points that you had? Because I think you had a couple points, or am I just...
Yeah. Well, at least coming from... It's probably also good that we specified that we're all coming from an outsider's view. I don't think any of us have done a convention out of the country of Australia, so we're all seeing this from an outsider's view. Um, but yeah, my biggest notice is the culture around after-con life. Like, that sounds weird. Like, when the convention is finished for the day, if anything, they do like 24-hour conventions. And I know they can do 24-hour conventions because a lot of their conventions are held in like hotels over convention centers. But at the same time, I want to try a 24-hour convention so badly. Like, what was it recently? Dragon Con happened, I want to say last month, something like that. And that's a notorious party 24-hour convention. And, like, I see all my American friends go to it. So this is in Atlantis, Dragon Con Atlantis.
Atlantis?
And Atlantis, I'm pretty sure.
Atlanta.
Atlanta? I'm Australian! It's in the Sunken City. You know, that one movie.
God, someone clip that.
You
My
know, my
God.
favorite movie.
Your favorite. Oh.
Anyway, Atlanta. Yeah, whatever. You know what I mean. It's in that one city in America. And it looks really fucking cool. Of thoughts and opinions, go.
No, I feel like I can agree with you on this. I would love to do a convention at like a hotel or something. Or like
Yeah.
I feel as though the vibe would be so different.
See, I'm the same. And also the idea, because I know Katsucon, which is done at the Gaylord, which
Yes,
is the
that
whole
is a real
thing.
place. Don't
Yeah, I
don't.
love that it's called the Gaylord. But
Okay.
it's done at the Gaylord, which had like you can stay at the Gaylord, and it's also another one of those conventions which I believe are 24-hour conventions where they just keep going, even though say the panels go to real late, but like even though say the artist alley may close at probably 5, 6, 7 o'clock in the afternoon, like the convention keeps going on. And there's still panels, and like you can be around at like 12 a.m. in the morning and someone is doing something in the halls. But also the thought of actually like being able to like stay at a convention, if that makes sense, like you being on the 12th floor and the convention's on the first floor. Like I love that idea of it. Of just having to go downstairs for the convention and you're practically staying at the convention. Like I said, this is coming from an outsider's view, and I know Katsucon very much. It's very hard to get those rooms at the Gaylord. Like you gotta go into a ballot to even get a room. So you gotta be very lucky to even get a room in the Gaylord. But like I'd love to do one of those types of conventions where it's just non-stop. Just to see what it's like and if I could survive 24 hours at a convention.
I don't think you. Well, actually, no. I think the only people here that could survive a 24-hour convention, I think, would only be me and Loza.
Maybe. I don't know. Like, I don't know if I could survive the full... What? So, say if it's a 24-hour convention, and say if the convention goes for 2 days straight, but no, American conventions don't... well, the bigger ones don't often just go for 2 days. They go for like 3 to 4 days. Dragon Con's the one that goes for a week. That one I'm like, what the fuck? Because that starts on like a Wednesday and finishes on a Monday. Dragon Con or something like that. If not, it goes Monday, Tuesday, so it's not full week, but it's the full like 4 to 5 day convention, and I'm like, shit. And once again, that's like 24 hours, like non-stop convention over those days. But my other thought is like that's the only way I can imagine how to get more than one cosplay in a day. Did you see all these overseas cosplayers, especially the American cosplayers, doing like the AM PMs? And I've
Yeah.
tried that.
Yeah, I see
And that
that,
does
I'm
not
like,
work over here just because of how short a convention day is over here.
Well, the thing is, I think
Because what we
takes-
have cons that last for like 5
So
hours.
our cons are normally 8-hour conventions. So they open at 9, finish at 5, but that's like a long day convention for us. I think the only ones that go for a bit longer are like PAX and DreamHack. DreamHack closed pretty late, but I think
DreamHack was 3.
oh,
like-
3 p.m.
Oh,
They're closed.
3? No. They closed at like 6
No, no.
around the same time. It's
Yeah.
just the fact that they were a 3-day con
Oh,
as well.
yeah, that too. But I definitely think the only convention that stays open the longest is PAX, being it's run by an American company.
well,
So they run it
PAX,
like their American conventions.
No, that's half true. So according to PAX's website, the Saturday and the Friday, the expo hall closes at 6 p.m. every single day.
Oh, that's later. But they
Yeah,
normally
but they
run
still
panels and stuff,
That's what I was about to say.
Until later.
That's
which
the
I
follow-up.
think that's how the Americans also do their 24-hour conventions of, even though the expo hall and the artist alley is only open until like 6, there's still panels and performances and events happening all through
Yeah.
the night.
Yes, and
That was the same with like DreamHack.
Yeah.
Well,
That's the same. That's why I was saying DreamHack as well, I think,
Well-
because they're both American-run companies.
Well,
Yeah.
DreamHack being the fact that they have esports events that run through it, kind of
And they
makes
run
sense.
through the night.
Yeah.
Like some would be just like they'll have like a show or something. Like they had Trash Taste do their like their like a live Q&A that went till late.
Yeah.
And then you had Hollow Live do a concert that ran till late.
Yeah.
And then you had the cosplay comp, but that didn't run till late. That just finished on time.
Yeah.
But
So I think like that's like the reoccurring trend is like the American run cons or like the overseas run cons, because obviously PAX is owned by the company ReedPop, I believe. But they obviously have a third-party company in Australia that helps manage that, if that makes sense. And then DreamHack is obviously ran by whoever owns DreamHack, which I'm actually going to look it up now.
But that's my biggest difference.
The parent organization for that is the Esports League, which is a German esports organization or organizer. Sorry,
ESL also helped run it, I think.
Oh, didn't
ESL own it.
Yeah,
Yeah, ESL is the parent organization for DreamHack.
DreamHack.
Did you not know that? The thing is, when they said that, like when they announced it, because DreamHack, funnily enough, I don't know if you know, I think was so Oni might know this as well, because obviously we're big.
I know
League
it was the
fanatics.
original esports expo or something like that. Like it was always an esports expo, but I didn't realize that DreamHack wasn't owned by some big American company.
No, it's owned actually by a German esports organizer. But like literally, so Oni would know this as well as I do. Funnily enough, DreamHack was the first convention that hosted the League of Legends World Finals.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, the World Championship, which then obviously spawned into it hosted themselves naturally. But DreamHack as a convention or like an event as a whole, like looks so much fun. Like, and it looks, I don't want to say it looks the exact same, but it looks like they've brought it over from overseas and nothing has really changed. Probably the only difference is that maybe some things close a little earlier, because obviously, not gonna lie, I think the reason that a lot of events and all that close earlier is because one, I think there are laws that prohibit some things, or like you have to get like special permits or something, and two, just the fundamental costs of all of that. Which is why I don't think we get longer cons. I would love a longer convention. I
No.
absolutely love a longer convention. Or
See, I think we've also got the issue of the lockout laws and all of that because a lot of
Those-
the time
those
when
are
you're going in,
scrapped.
oh, they're scrapped. Okay,
They
that
were
I didn't know.
scrapped. They were scrapped last year, I believe, because
But
they
still,
realized
like,
it was killing the nightlife.
it's
But
killing the nightlife. But still, like, we have a lot of laws that say, like, got basically events going past a certain time. I don't think we can have, unlike a lot of those American ones. And then it's just one of those things of we don't really have hotels that would be able or willing to host conventions like that. And I don't think a convention
don't
center
think-
would do 24 hours.
I don't think we have a hotel that has a
can't.
big enough like convention-esque expo hall.
Yeah.
Most of the
So
time, it's
I
like
think that's
most
something
of the,
that's very Americanized. Because the only countries that I know that really do that are the American conventions. Which obviously I'm willing to be standard wrong. Like there could be more conventions out there that aren't American based, but maybe European based or something like that, where they're a lot different.
Yeah,
So,
no, 100%.
thinking about other countries' conventions, one thing I found out when I was researching stuff for, I believe it was some World Cosplay Summit stuff, I was just looking into a few stuff. There's obviously different countries enter World Cosplay Summit. There are countries out there that actually give cosplayers free passes to their events and all of that, and I thought that was really cool. I can't remember what country it was that I found out through about this. When I was looking into like people who like countries that were entering Summit this year. One of the things where I looked into this one country and I looked into this one country's like event that they were holding for their preliminaries and such, and their thing was basically if you showed up in cosplay, you got a free ticket into the event. I'm like, that's pretty cool. I'm assuming they don't get many people coming and dressing up to their events. That's why they encourage that through that sense. But I thought that was cool.
I know that while I was overseas earlier in the year, a lot of people during the Easter holidays, they like to dress up. I mean, I remember going to the local shopping center. It was just a Gojo walking around. I'm like, the hell?
I love that.
I'm just
Just
imagining
random.
a fucking I'm just imagining like
Yo,
Gojo
I
just doing-
know.
Gojo walking around, and I'm like, okay.
Gojo
no.
said domain
I was in the city
shopping
yesterday
center.
and there were sorry.
Sorry, go.
I was in the city yesterday, city of Sydney, and there were just casually Haikyuu cosplayers around,
Oh,
and I'm
wait,
like,
hang on a
why is
minute.
there so many Haikyuu cosplayers?
Wait a
I'm
minute.
assuming
I
that
think
they were all going to the same event or like
yeah, the
meet
Haikyuu-
up or
the Hai-
something.
No, it was the Haikyuu movie.
I'm pretty sure there was like the cup sleeve
Oh,
event
there's
for
a
it.
Haikyuu movie. Okay, because I noticed there was a lot of Haikyuu, like not just Haikyuu cosplays, but people with the Haikyuu jumpers and such. That would explain so much because I was so confused. I was like, why is everyone dressing up from Haikyuu today?
Why are you not dressing up from Haikyuu today, huh?
Because I
Well,
don't
I'm dressing up as
particularly
Haikyuu
like
next weekend.
Haikyuu.
Gotta hop on the trend.
Yeah,
no.
no.
In all seriousness though, like okay, so talking about the whole badge or pass thing, why can't we justify our passes getting through? Obviously, with the exception, so we're gonna call out. I believe Smash give away a pass to WCS entrance. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I had no idea.
Only for
What?
one day.
But they still give them a day pass, is what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
They get a day pass, yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying at least. It's still one day pass, but it's something. The problem that I have with some other conventions that I've noticed where they don't really help out the cosplayers if they're competing in the competitions and all that, which, by the way, the whole cosplay competition in Australia is a topic that I know Loza can get into a big chunk of.
Oh, yeah.
But having said
Oh,
that,
yeah.
one thing that I think would help is that if you are, you're basically entering a competition that you obviously have to then pay a ticket for. It's kind of a bit you shouldn't really have to pay on top of that. Like, even if it's just a day pass.
Yeah, see, that I do agree. So I know with ECG earlier this year we had to buy our weekend passes.
No.
So they didn't come included, even though
A ticket to
we
that
got
show was
walked.
only, it was only like
That
50
I
bucks.
didn't care. It was only like $50, so I didn't care too much. It was just in the sense of like, even though we had to get walked into the event, like both of the days, like Saturday and Sunday, because we had rehearsals and such and judging, early in the morning. I think with that one as well, if you're in the normal comp, the Saturday comps that they do, the big comp, I don't know if you have to buy tickets or not for that, because I've never entered that comp. But yeah, definitely for like if you're entering, say, like the OzCon, either Saturday comp or the Sunday comp, you got to buy a ticket. Which the Saturday comp I kind of understand, but like especially when you're having competitions where you have to go in for prejudging, that's where I'm like, oh, and a pass for the day that you need to do your prejudging at very least would be very nice, especially if you've got to be there from early in the morning in full cosplay, and especially if you have to get ready, like because your cosplay is too big or too hard to walk into the convention, that you got to get changed inside of the convention for prejudging.
This is what I was literally about to say. Is this also goes to my other gripe as well. The conventions that do the wristband things, I understand why they do it. Don't get me wrong. I completely understand. It means that you can't take it off, and obviously you've gotten your ticket, blah, blah, blah. I 100% agree. But what about the cosplayers who can't physically put it on? Or, sorry, not put it on, but, like, they can't physically show it all the time if they're wearing, like, say, for instance, I'm going to use 40k armor. There was someone at Oz Comic Con who was walking around in a Space Marine outfit. What do you do then? Like, that doesn't seem fair that you've got to put this thing on your wrist and then have to try and show it every time.
I know someone that has actually put it on their ankle.
Thing is
I don't
that
remember who it was, but I remember people
it
do
also
that.
depends on the security, because I know sometimes some security are very lenient with you, but I know I've had very arsey, like, in the sense, not on them, it's just that's what they've been told, so that's what they'll enforce.
Yeah.
It has to be around your wrist, and that's the same with the lanyards of it has to be around your neck. I know PAX last year when I was Tyrion, I had a really hard time putting the lanyard around my neck, and I was getting told off by security because it wasn't around my neck. So I was like, can you at least help me put it around my neck? Because I couldn't even T-pose in that, so there was no way I was getting to my neck.
Fun fact, I got away with wearing it around my waist for, actually, for 2 cosplays, actually. So it was Gwen, because she has a hoop dress, and I didn't want to put it over the drills so many times, so I wrapped it around the hoop dress. And then, with my, Vanessa cosplay, I just used the hook and hooked it to my belt. And they didn't tell me off for it. But yeah, it's just.
But yeah, I think it just comes down to the security and what they've been told.
Yeah.
And like I said, like at the end of the day, they're there to make money. It's their job. So like, it's nothing on the security people themselves. It's just what they've been told is that you have to have it around their neck. So that's what they've got to enforce.
So,
but at the same time, it's like, I can't. I literally can't. My arms are like dinosaur arms at the moment.
So,
but the wristband thing, I'm like, I'm personally not a fan of wristbands.
I'm not either.
Same.
It's hard to be constantly showing that as well, because, like, okay, so obviously everyone here's seen me and my camera gear and my video gear and all that sort of stuff, right? So sometimes it is a bit hard to try and show that. And then it's the same for cosplayers as well. If they've got gauntlets on, if they've got anything that obstructs or like covers your wrists, it becomes a pain to try and show that every single time as you're walking into the convention. So like fun fact, I'm actually going to tell this story because the whole thing about the thing that annoys me, okay? Now you've obviously seen how sometimes a cosplay that I've worn or any sort of outfit that I've worn, sometimes I have a bit of issue putting it around my neck, right? Because sometimes it can actually, you know, like get scrunched up or like possibly like get too tight around my neck. Has happened to me before, especially if I wear a certain brand of hoodies, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we went to a con this year, and I actually had the staff members say that you have to have it around your neck, and I just basically went to them and I said, where in the rules does it say that it has to be around the neck? Fun fact, there is actually no rules that state it has to be around the neck, it just has to be visible. So sometimes I also like to put it on my... Sometimes I always like to put it on my camera gear as well, because that's visible. Like, that is literally visible. I'm holding it, you know, as I'm walking through the con, taking videos and all that. And I feel as though there's a lot of, not hate, but just, like, annoyance towards it. Now, here's the thing as well. I'm not going to rat any con out or anything like that, but I am genuinely curious what the ticketing system is like for overseas cons, because I know...
I know they have a big badge culture, but at the same time, I know that's primarily only with the bigger conventions, where if you get your little small local conventions, they might just have like stamps and wristbands and such.
Well, I think what MCM in London does badges. San Diego
Yeah.
Comic-Con obviously does badges, I'm pretty sure. PAX obviously does their badges.
I know
The lanyards
very
that come
known
apart.
for, like, once again, Dragon Con with their badges and the ribbons. It's like the ribbon collecting is most known for doing at Dragon Con. But
Yeah.
I believe it's also known for doing at Comic Cons and all of that, all the different ones.
Good thing about DreamHack. Sorry, I'm just like putting my hand up in the call. Good thing about DreamHack, they use digital tickets to get in, and you can use those digital tickets to scan out.
Although you can get physical tickets as well, because hold on, I'll have to get it. But I got a cosplayer's badge.
Yeah, that's the same with me. With the content creator, they give you a physical ticket.
Yeah. Which is actually
But if you're a normal
really cool
girl-
little novelty thing. But my only thing is that we got it because of the competition. But
Yeah.
they were supposed to give this out to all the cosplayers and then didn't.
Yeah.
I thought that was a bit funny, but like also I'm just happy I ended up getting a badge because it's a nice little novelty.
Yeah, you got the Ari little
Yeah.
photo in it. Yeah, I got I got the
create.
I got the creator one, and it had the little IRL
Logo?
streamer on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, yo, it's Rob CD.
Actually, I am thinking of maybe on the tangent going for Creator Pass for DreamHack next year.
Do it.
Try.
100% I am.
Nah, do it. Both of y'all. Do it. It's worth. It's also like
I joked about
a
it to
great
Oni.
experience. Pardon?
I joked about it to Oni that I was going to apply for Creator Badge. And I just never did because like I just wouldn't have the time to go down to another con because...
And you regret it after I said, come down with me.
No, what I regret is
coulda
you
came
calling me
down.
on stream.
I don't remember that.
Well,
I
I was
mean-
probably mid-breakdown.
Now remember to everyone who's watching or listening to this, please take breaks as needed, because breaks are good and great for the soul. I don't have a
If
soul,
breaks
so...
are needed. If you need the break, you need the mental break.
Yeah.
And the mental and the physical break too.
Exactly.
To add on, yeah, Tim, you don't have a soul, you're ginger.
Hey, why are we saying this on?
Because I am
that
calling
legal?
Tiff out now. Yeah.
Insert an Eric Cartman quote. You will respect my authority. No. No, but in all seriousness though, like I've noticed that there is this huge difference between overseas cons and Aussie cons. And I feel as though, like, going back to that whole topic, I feel as though part of the reason is that our cosplay culture is so different to what the overseas cosplay culture be. Because, like, okay, I'm going to talk about this because I didn't want to fucking talk about this, but I'm going to talk about this. This happened at Oz Comic Con last weekend, okay? Now, it was a stressful weekend as it was. You know, I was out there doing shoots. Oni was stuck in Melbourne.
Wow.
Loza was
Okay,
there.
we're calling out Oni for being stuck in Melbourne. Why?
I don't know why they're not.
What else was I doing in Melbourne?
Being my wife.
Yes.
K-pop dance in public? Question mark.
No, that's next
Oni's
weekend.
my wife. Can we both share Oni?
Why is Oni
Oh.
being shared?
Because I
they're
want
my
Oni
wives.
to be my wife as well.
Oh god.
That's alright. I can be the side hoe. Anyway, tell your story.
No. So, okay. So, if anybody actually who went to Oz Comic Con last weekend, in Sydney, whoever the hell organized 5 different events on that weekend, you're goddamn stupid, I'll tell you that much.
Oh god,
Oh,
yeah, it was
gosh.
crowded.
Okay, did you not hear about this, Oni?
Can we not talk about that?
No,
That's
you showed a photo of the queue for the photo section, the cosplay section. That's
Yeah,
what I
okay.
saw.
No. So the actual events that were on that weekend, there was a football final, there was a concert, there was a cheerleading competition, there was also some church thing that was going on. I don't know what it was, but I could hear it. And then there was also Oz Comic Con.
Just everything all at once.
Pretty much. Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And this goes on to the
Look,
topic of...
at least we got free transport.
This is true. We did get free transport. But
yeah,
no.
because it's busy.
Oh yeah, no, it was super busy. But anyways, so having said that, talking about this now, the stark differences between overseas conventions versus ours, I noticed that there is a lot. I don't want to say hatred, but there is a lot of like opinions towards cosplay here than as opposed to overseas. I feel. I could be wrong. Because, not gonna lie, I was shooting photos with, Mill Lizard or something? I can't remember what their username is.
Don't ask me, I wasn't paying attention to the schedule.
I know Loza knows them.
Mm-hmm.
We were doing a shoot towards the end of the day on the Saturday where everything was happening all at once, and then there was just a moment that, without any disregard to anything, just people would come over, interrupt the shoot by basically going to the bathroom in the fucking bush. And I was like, are you kidding me? Like, you wouldn't get that in an overseas con. Like, 100% you would not get that over there.
Honestly,
Here, though.
to respect their space, but then the very harsh side of me is like, well, you walked into that photo, so I have every right.
Oh, I should just reported it to the police because I'm pretty sure that's a bad thing to do. No, but in all seriousness though, it is the case of like overseas, you definitely will not get that because I feel as though there's a little bit more, I want to say respect or like, you know, like not to like disturb, like obviously you're going to get the people that disturb like cosplayers and all that or question it or, you know, have a go at people because like, you know, it's something different to the norm. But not like what we get here. We get it like constantly.
Yeah,
We
like
get it constantly. We get people casually taking photos of us without permission that we yell.
yeah. Oh my
We get
gosh.
offended.
Okay, that I really hate because they feel like we're some spectacle or some shit, and it's like we're not a spectacle. We're not we're not.
We're just
mean,
people
today-
trying to vibe.
It's
I mean,
like,
today I had people, like, literally, they're driving, kid you not. They stop at a pedestrian crossing, there's no pedestrians, but they're staring out their window. Like, they've stopped a line of cars at a pedestrian crossing, staring out their windows to see what's going on, because they see a bunch of cosplayers having photos. That was my shoot today, to be honest. I saw it, I noticed it, and it was funny. They stopped a whole line of traffic just to look at us.
okay.
I know I've been had while I was in Queensland earlier this year, I had someone like driving past yelling, "Oh, it's not Halloween yet!" I'm like,
Who
Can't
fucking
you
cares?
see
What is
the-
it fun?
like, mind you, driving past the convention centre in Queensland.
What a dumbass.
I'm like, no shit, Sherlock, but like, you're the weirdo here. And that's the one thing I find funny is that they don't understand. If you're driving past yelling something, to me, you're the weirdo. Like, why are you driving past yelling random bullshit through your window? Like, don't you have
can I
a
just-
fucking life?
You know what? Can I just say, what was it? That time I did the shoot with Loza and the artist who did our artwork. We did a Critical Role shoot over at one of the universities, and then we decided, we wanted to go into one of the bars because there's like a tavern in it. For those that don't know, it's Fortress. And we went in, and I parked my car, we got out, and obviously, for those that have watched Critical Role, people who know Jester Labor and, what was the character that was?
Sierra was Marion, so just his mum.
Yeah. So, they're painted blue and red, and I had this woman start laughing, at both of them, and obviously, don't do this to people. Like, we don't need this stuff. Like, you don't, like, if you did this to a football player, they would get so mad at you, but you do this to us and it's like, why? But anyways, so I turned around. I felt so bad for doing this. I turned around and I waved to that person and said, "Hail Satan," and I just waved at them.
Why
I
are you
kid you
like
not.
this?
Kid you not. They just looked at me and went, "Huh?" I'm like, anyway, just kept going. But again, this is the thing. Like, this is not only like this is. Sorry that this got a bit off topic, but it is like a difference that I wanted to talk about because we really do experience it, and I hate it. I really hate how we all. What is it that we always say? We get the bat at the end of the stick. Like everywhere else gets the butt end of the stick. Everywhere else gets such amazing things. Like, I think, what was it? MCM London. They had who'd they have there from Critical Role? They had, was it the whole cast or was it?
Yeah, they had the whole cast. Oh, guest wise as well. Yeah, we get that shit. Like, I can't say that because we've had some pretty good guests this year, but at the same time, you got to be into those series to consider it a good guest.
Well, this
Prime
is another
example,
thing too.
we've had Doctor Who. We're getting 2 doctors. We've had and as well we've had John Barrowman, who he comes down often because he loves Australia. But we've had
He
2
loves
doctors
coming
this
down,
year.
though.
So for our fandom, yeah, that's big, that's massive. That's like so much attention we have never had. But for like other fandoms, like other people be like, oh, I don't know much about fucking Doctor Who. But even at that, is that, yeah, we don't get any like we get big guests, but we don't get them often enough.
No, we
Mhm.
don't.
And if we do, they cost a lot.
Yeah. Well,
Like-
even at that, the big guests we do get, I know Jodie cost me over $500. She cost me a lot to see her. And I was just very lucky it was a birthday present.
But this is the thing that it always amazes me is that okay, so
You amaze me.
the-
Sorry.
the only wow. No,
No, just the meme just came to mind. What
Yeah.
you're looking at.
But
You
yeah,
amaze me.
oh my god, Oni.
Oni.
Secretly, Oni
What?
is just trying to riz.
I'm just thinking of the
Amazing.
audio.
See, I'm going to Jennifer Coolidge, but I know that's not right.
Oh,
Wow, you look like the 4th of July. It makes me want a hot dog real badly.
What?
I want a hot dog.
Yo, so some cosplayer is.
Some cosplayer is, you make me want a hot dog real badly.
no, but okay. Fuck, I can't even. This is gonna go on our TikTok. Isn't
I want
it?
a hot
I'm
dog
not.
now.
I'm regretting
Dang
this
it, Loz.
now.
I love Jennifer Coolidge so much. Anyway,
You know, it's funny. The only thing that the first thing that I ever saw her in, because I didn't watch like Legally Blonde or anything like that. First thing I actually saw her in was it Epic Movie?
yeah, I think so.
Epic
Oh
Movie,
my
and
God,
she
really?
plays the White Queen.
That,
Why-
and I love her in Lotus in
Oh,
the series that
yeah.
came out, and then they cancelled it.
Yeah.
Anyways,
So
so
funny.
what were we talking about?
We're
We were
getting
talking
off
about-
topic again.
Guest. We were not off topic because we were talking about guests, and I
Okay.
would
And
love to meet
cosplayers.
Jennifer Coolidge. There we
mean-
go. Done.
I mean-
It's back on topic.
Okay, but no, to be fair though, the most that I've ever paid for a guest would be my Stan Lee signature that I have. That's probably the most I've ever paid. And also the longest
How
amount
much
of
did it cost?
250.
If you don't mind me asking.
$250 and 6 hours of my day.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Oi,
I waited in
I
that
do not have
damn
the
line.
patience for that.
No, because you know what's funny? So this was at 2014, I want to say. This might have been 2014, 2013. I can't remember. The year he came out, because that was his last year that he ever came out.
Oh, yeah. Of course. I don't think we would want to see him at the moment.
No, but like I meant more like because he was
He's
still
16 under.
Exactly. I was surprised
Fucking
if it got
Christ.
announced that Stan Lee was coming to Australia.
But no, what I
Sorry,
in the,
was
in
that
the
not-
sense in
Was
the
that
sense
bad of me
that
to say?
in the sense that I think this was like his last thing before he was told by like his doctors and all that he wasn't allowed to travel anymore. Like not internationally, like locally in different states, sure, but this is the last time he was able to travel internationally. And I got into the queue because obviously like with Supernova, obviously you have to buy your tickets and all that beforehand, like your
The
coupon or
Supernova.
whatever. Oh my god, Oni, I am going to ah! No, so you obviously buy your tokens and all that, and then you proceed to obviously queue up and all that sort of stuff. They proceeded to then tell us that they had to cap the queue. Can I just kick Oni?
Sorry.
So so we had to queue up, and then I kid you not, got into the queue. 3 people after me, they cut the queue.
Oh shit.
Oh goodness.
I was
would
super
hit
lucky.
someone so
now,
badly.
obviously, as like obviously the chat won't be able to see it. Because we obviously don't show our faces. Maybe we should do like a stream one time where we actually show our faces, but don't know.
We have to.
I'll hide behind my avatar, thank you.
But having said that, so this is
The same.
so this is
I look half dead half the time.
that's you normally. So this is the Winter Soldier like complete comic collection, and there it is. The signature.
Nice.
So
Beautiful.
Anyway,
legit. If I am never selling this, like I am keeping it for as long as I can. But
Because
yeah,
even the signature would have been just cheap to buy the book like that. So you can probably up the price if you were to sell it.
100%. But yeah, having said that, like guests and all that as a whole, it's like, you know, like we definitely need like I know obviously there's logistics and all that behind it. Like don't get me wrong about that.
The main issue comes into the money factor. That's the reason why a lot of these conventions can't get these big guests, because they literally cannot afford the royalties. That, and it's also trying to get someone to Australia. Like that's just hard in itself. A lot of these ones want to come down, but they just don't want to come down to Australia because that means they have to take a week out of their schedule to go to a different country.
Yeah, and that
and
being
for
said,
a lot of voice actors and actors, that can, like, money-wise, it might not be worth the money.
the best.
Which, that's where I'm like, that's kind of fair, when they choose to do an American convention over an Australian convention, because they can make more money and continue working. Yes.
no.
I'm triggered the K-pop again.
I'm assuming that's the song you were referencing.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was doing.
And no one's gonna know.
I just
Which-
see Love
which
doing this, and
dance
I'm
we're
like,
doing. Yeah.
Maybe one day we should just do, maybe for like the end of year 3, maybe we might do like a face show for the podcast. Maybe, I don't know.
We'll work out the logistics.
Yeah. Yeah, no, okay, I'm gonna ask this because obviously seeing that you see all the conventions overseas and all that, let me ask you this: who is your top person that you want to see? All group, mind you, could be like, obviously Loza has Critical Role because
Lauren has I have a big bias.
You have a big bias, so
There's a bias.
but
And they will come out. They will come out.
No, they won't. Never.
It's
You
their
said they
10-year
will.
anniversary next year. They
Never.
will come out for their 10-year anniversary next year.
No, they won't. I will
Yes, they will.
wager an alcoholic drink on that.
I will wager that drink as well.
Okay,
They will come
hang
out
on.
next
We're gonna
Okay, wager. Our wager here. You will buy me my ticket if they come out next year.
What ticket? To go see them? You mad?
Yeah. Mind you, I'm going for front row.
You're going for front row?
I'm going for front row. I want to... Sorry, this is going to make
Loz
a
wants to
joke.
see them.
No, I'm going to make a really bad joke. No one's going to get my joke. I want to see up Sam's skirt.
Okay.
Oh, God.
For reference,
All right, hang on.
a mutual of mine went to their
Sarah
live
that I
show,
do not know
got
yet.
front seat to the London live show, and Sam was in a very short dress, and was
God damn it, Sam.
spreading that whole show.
Wait, legit?
Got a bit distracted.
All right, so you heard it here first. Everyone who's listening, rewatching this, or is currently here on the live stream. Okay, Critical Role. If they do come out next year, I have to buy Loza their ticket.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
In return.
I don't know what. What's the return? What do you want?
You front my accommodation for next year for DreamHack.
Oh.
They don't want to. No.
Do I want to make that bet? I don't think I can afford that bet.
For DreamHack or for PAX?
For DreamHack, both.
You don't want to make that bet
I'll
now?
get back to you on that bet. I'll get back to you on that bet.
I will get someone to post this up on the stories to be like, the bet has been confirmed if it does get confirmed.
If it does get confirmed.
God.
I'm confident, but I don't think I'm that confident.
You heard it here first, everyone.
It was in that.
Anyway,
It was in that
yeah,
moment
so
Loza
that's
realized
me.
She fucked up.
That's who I want out here. and they will come out here, and I will cry.
I'll cry for you.
Yeah. It's alright, Ani. I'll get you into Critical Role by then so you can come and cry with me.
I just realized what Oni was referring to. Oni,
Huh?
you down the K-pop hole again?
What?
You know, twice.
Twice.
Christ.
Twice, card for you.
Anyway, who is everyone's dream guess?
Mine would be any League of Legends voice actor, mostly Laura Post. I think that's her name, yeah. I think that's Ari's VA.
That'd be cool, actually. I'd like to see all the Ari cosplays that would come out of that, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Like, see everyone pulling out their Ari cosplays to meet Ari. Britt, what about you?
Oh. That's a very good question, because I don't even know who I want to meet. Because I kind of, if I'm all honest, don't really go to the guests that much anymore.
That's fair.
And when I first started going to cons.
Wouldn't surprise me if you went and if it was someone from Lilo and Stitch.
Ah, yes, the ring.
You know, the obvious choice for you.
I think really Disney.
Yeah. I got to meet Jim Cunnings last year and he was really good. So I think I would do another Disney voice actor. I don't know which Disney voice actor though, like maybe if one of the Disney princesses came out, one of the voice actors for Disney princesses.
Yeah.
Like there obviously are a few where there's no way they're gonna be out here and such. Like, I'm gonna butcher her name, but Indiana Menzel or whatever her name is the
Idina
Elsa.
Menzel.
That's it. Or like, there's a few of them that I'm like, yeah, there's no way. I know personally, I would also love to meet like, someone that's more would make sense to be out here, and I hate that he doesn't do our conventions. Is Watiti Taki Watiti, I think is how you pronounce his name. Who is
Korg.
Yeah, Korg, and directed all the Love and Thunder, and is also Blackbeard in Pirate Gentleman and all of that. And then the biggest obvious one is I would love to meet David Tennant. I think David Tennant would be really amazing to me. He's like my dream one.
I feel like Watiti has actually.
No, he hasn't done any of the Australian conventions from what I know, but his wife's Australian. He comes to Australia often. He was in Australia for like a few of our conventions and would not go to them. I know, what was it, Sydney Comic Con last year. He was in Sydney, same time Sydney Comic Con was on, and he didn't come to Comic Con. And I'm like, me dude. But that's also because I'm the biggest What We Do in the Shadows fan. And obviously he's the director for What We Do in the Shadows, so I would love to see him talk about his directing and all of that. Tim, what about you?
What did I just come back to?
Talking about the topic that you started and disappeared.
Oh,
yeah.
Who would I want to see?
Yeah. Assuming you disappeared.
Okay.
Now you get to be on the spot.
Yeah, now I'm pinpointing you on the spot.
What did I do? Alright, fine. I feel as though I would be in the same boat as Loza. I would love to meet the Critical Role cast. Obviously, like, dream scenario. But if I was to get someone at, like, say, OzCon, Supernova, or any of those things... See, I don't know. It's kind of a tough one, isn't it?
I don't know, we all answered ours.
What was your answers?
I had a few answers. Oni said Ari's voice actor from League of Legends.
Laura Post.
Yeah. Brit wasn't sure. Maybe something Disney.
Okay, I have one. I would love to meet the two following voice actors. Tracer's voice actor and Ash's voice actor.
I did meet Ash's voice actor earlier this year.
Yeah, because they went to Brisbane.
Golden Nova. I didn't get to do like a proper photo or signature or anything. She just didn't have anyone in her line, and I got to go up and say hi to her. She's real fucking nice.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
I thought you were going to say something negative when you said effing, and then you like said nice. And I'm like, oh, okay, good.
She's real nice. I had a lovely little conversation with her. While she didn't have anyone. Funny enough, so that convention, I actually went up to a few actors and such, and I just started talking to them, and I'm surprised because there was a few actors I was like, oh, I'm a little nervous just to go up and talk to them, just because I'm not paying to see them, because I had dumped all my money into Jodie Whittaker for that weekend, so I had no money to actually go and see any of the other guests. But who was it? I got to meet.
Didn't you say to one of the actors?
I got to meet Luna Lovegood. I got to talk to her for a little bit before she went on her lunch break. She was really nice. She's very reserved, very quiet, but very nice. I got to meet Ash's voice actor. Once again, she had no one in her line. And I think I was waiting for something, so I went up and quickly said hi to her and had a little conversation.
Didn't you say to one of the actors as well, sorry, I've got to go to Jodie now?
Yeah, that was Luna. Because I was like, I'm so sorry, it looks like they're about to start lining up people, like, have a nice time, go enjoy your food, go eat. Like, I was being nice, just being like, oh, it looks like I've got to go. Have a lovely day, I'm sorry to keep you waiting, la la la. And she was like really nice. She was like, oh no, she's really nice. I got to talk to her backstage or back in the green room or something like that. And I was like, oh my god, like, we're just talking and such, and like, she was real fucking sweet, the chick who played Luna Lovegood. And I really hate that I couldn't spend money on her, because I was going to spend a little bit of money, because I really love Luna Lovegood. Fuck J.K. Rowling, obviously, but Luna Lovegood and like a lot of Harry Potter is what I grew up on, so I was like, kind of.
Her name's Ivana Lynch, by the way, Loz.
Yeah, there we go, Lana it. But yeah,
I think those would be my like top choices. Maybe. Okay, this might be a weird one. I could have gotten to see him this year, but for those that don't know, I love the Kamen Rider series from Japan. Kamen Rider Decay's actor was out for Supernova. And I could have gotten to meet him, and I'm so sad that I didn't meet him.
Who's the actor?
Oh, I'm gonna butcher his name. Let me look him up. I'm gonna actually butcher it.
I have no idea.
That's alright. But yeah, like, they are getting some pretty decent ones for Brisbane. Okay, weirdly enough, for some reason Brisbane always gets the really good guests. Okay. And I both have a love-hate relationship with that.
Okay, so I'm gonna butcher this name. Masahiro Inoue. I'm sorry if I've just butchered that.
You butchered it.
Shut up! I know I butchered it.
You probably did.
Anyway,
I don't even know.
Butchering shit. How dare you?
Know who he is.
Anyway, he came out to Sydney. Funnily enough, he wasn't part of the actual guests for Supernova. Like, he was, but he was actually hanging out at one of the toy booths. The toy booth got him to come out.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I was legitimately shocked when they announced it, and I went, how the fuck did you guys get him out? Like, oh, is this it? I'm gonna send this to you a lot, because, yeah, like, that was the announcement video, and it was through one of the vendors, and I'm like, the fact that you got him to come out amazes me. But to be fair, apparently we have like a really big fan base for that sort of stuff. So
Generally wouldn't surprise me.
I mean, doesn't surprise me. Ask like Gremlin and that. I actually have a couple of the belts that they use in the series. They're called drivers or whatever they're called.
Yeah, I know you do. I don't want to say anything about it because I'm like, that's not my place to judge.
Everyone here judges each other. It doesn't matter. But yeah.
Also, on the community and somewhat back onto topic, even though that was technically on topic. One thing I find I don't know if it's a unique thing to our community, but our community as cosplayers are a lot smaller than other countries, where it's also to the point where everyone knows everyone. Where other countries, it feels like because it's such a big community, like I feel like Australia has a very close-knit community of cosplayers and convention goers. Especially the cosplayers and such. Like, it's very much and we've seen this ourselves, like everyone knows everyone. Everyone's kind of like third-degree friends with everyone in the Australian community, where, once again, outsiders' view of the overseas conventions, it feels like because it's such a big, like, a lot of the conventions over there have a lot more attendees and people who cosplay over there, like, it's easier to find people who you don't know, where here we all kind of already know each other.
Well, point proven. So this goes for Loza and Gremlin. I literally met yous in 2019. I didn't speak to you then. I knew of you in 2019 when we were all at the same festival together.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Like, we were all...
There's video evidence of this as well, and I'm like,
oh, yeah,
wow,
exactly.
what the...
There's video evidence.
There's video evidence, by the way. If you want to go check it out, go to Tiff Twinkle on YouTube. Go look at Matsuri Vlog 2019. There's evidence that Loza was dressed in an idol outfit.
Yeah, I know.
No, Loza was dressed as Hatsune Miku, I think.
No.
Or was it?
No,
Yeah,
it was...
Well, was I Yoshiko?
I remember Loz dressed as Miku at one of them.
1 year it was Yoshiko, and 1 year it was Hatsune Miku. But I think the one you're thinking is Yoshiko.
I'm pretty sure it was Yoshiko.
I'm pretty sure you're thinking of Yoshiko, yeah. But yeah, no, like, and it also goes for state to state, right? Which goes on to a topic we've talked about before with the whole social media part, is that because we don't have as big of a community, especially online as well, like, everyone kind of already knows each other, so if you go to another state, you're definitely going to run into someone you know, even if you haven't seen that person, like, IRL before.
Like, literal. So, I had this Generation Games this year. Oni's friend Megals came over.
Oh, Megulcos.
Yeah, they came over. First of all, I was super confused, but they are the sweetest bean ever because they also come up for some of the medieval fairs, which is also something I want to talk about as well, because that kind of is the same topic of the differences between our events and all that. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. But no, this person literally came up. They're friends with Oni, and obviously Oni's from Melbourne, and they came up to Sydney for a con, and they introduced themselves to me, and then we just started talking. Like, we become mutuals and all that on social media and that. And this brings up the point is, like, everyone knows each other. So, like, if I went down to Melbourne for a holiday, I'm probably gonna run into somebody, even if I announce it on social media. Like, I'm still if I don't announce it, I'm going to probably run into people that I know.
Photographer that was at a wedding that I was at the same night the other day. I literally did not know who was there, and I was just like, oh, you were there? I feel bad.
Secretly, Oni doesn't.
Dude, because I wasn't expecting to see someone I knew. Like, working the event.
Oh wait, they were actually photographing.
They were hired as a photographer for the wedding.
Oh, that's sick.
That's cool.
Yeah. And I didn't think of it because I was like, I only just met this photographer, to be fair. And I haven't shot with them yet, but yeah. And they're like, oh, shame you didn't see me. And I'm like, I'm sorry. Didn't really see anyone. Like, I wasn't keeping my eyes peeled. I just went, oh, yeah,
Yeah.
photographers.
Okay, so talking back on that topic, by the way, I did say we were going to talk about it because this also comes back to events and all that that are run differently. Can we talk about medieval events, please?
I want to do an American medieval event. I have particular ones I will do. I must do in my lifetime
because we can drink. We can go to the local like thing and drink like how they do it on like I've seen it on TikTok and all that. Like
They free pour their drinks, by the way.
No, the ones that I'm talking about where you're handcuffed to the top or you have to put your hands up like that.
Oh my
gotta
gosh.
drink.
Like, ones, yeah.
Okay, so we're going to talk about that because we have such strict alcohol laws here. Annoys the fuck out of me sometimes, but obviously I understand. As a former bartender, I completely understand. But I want to be able to get served by a goddamn... What do they call them again? Fucking forgotten.
Bar wenches or something like that, yeah.
Whatever they're called for the medieval events, I want to be served by one of those, damn it.
Oh, but like in general as well, their Ren fairs are medieval. Well, they're not medieval, they're Renaissance for them. They look so cool. Like, our ones are fun, don't get me wrong. I really enjoy going to our medieval fairs and all of that. But at the same time, like, theirs just low-key hits different.
It does, doesn't it?
Their ones look more fun.
And theirs look more fun. I think it's also because it's in a, like, more like a medieval village type style. Like, the area is built for it. I don't know if you've seen the it's a documentary, but it's like all kind of staged-ish called Ren Fair. It's on...
I mean, they have fun
I think it's a HBO series, so it'd be on Foxtel for us or something like that, or Stan or something. Like, the way they run them as well, like, as a proper company, it is a company type thing, is just running these Ren fairs, which are so cool. Because a lot of our Ren fairs and such are just done by small communities and, like, a bit of council. At least I know that's for our Sydney ones. But yeah, no, they look really fucking cool. And I want to do one so, like, and also the fact that there's runs over, like, 2 to 3 weeks.
2 to 3 weeks?
Also, they tend to have more fun doing... They also get, like...
Yeah, and they have, like, actors and, like, you can really get into...
Like, they have stage shows where they have, like, actors literally on the stage doing some...
and I really want to
Jack the Whipper and Little Girl Big Show. I forget her name.
Yeah, Little Girl Big Show and Jack the Whipper. I want to watch them live so badly.
I know, they're beef, and I'm like, they're doing a show together. I'm like, oh, come on, why can't we have that?
I know. Like, and, all their different little shows. And the Washing Well Wenches, they're my favourite. I really want to go and watch them live. Their little posse live.
I haven't gone on that one yet.
Oh my god, I'll show you those ones. They're funny. They're real funny. But yeah. No, I would love to do.
Why can't we get those types of things? That's what I want.
That, and it kills me because I was actually thinking of going down. So there's a big LARP event actually happening, which is it's an overseas LARP event happening in Melbourne for the first time, and a lot of LARPers are going down for it. And it's like the same type of vibe where you're in character the whole time, but it's this massive LARP event that's happening, and I hate that I couldn't come down for it because it's like was way too close to PAX. But I'm seeing everyone getting ready for it, I'm like, I think it was on like this
I
weekend.
mean, what's it called? I know that one of the TikTokers I follow, the Queen Australia, she loves to go to the full-on, I think it's a month event for LARPing.
Yeah. Well, that as well. Also on a halfly on topic. There's an event called Beakerline that happens in the French part of Canada. So I don't know which part of Canada exactly
I think
it
that's
is.
the one.
Yeah, it would be probably Beakerline, which is one of the biggest LARPs in the world. I would love to do Beakerline so much because you're like camping and living it out for like a solid week to 2 weeks, something like that. No, sorry, I think it's only
I was
Beakerline
made to
only a
believe it
week.
was a month.
I know you can stay for a lot longer. The main event though goes for like the main event people travel for is a week, but like it's a constant LARP. It just keeps going. But yeah. Like, a lot of that stuff just hits so differently, and I wish we had a lot of that stuff out here, but we just sadly don't.
Unfortunately.
No. But that's going off topic. Back on topic.
What's on topic?
What's on topic? How about we hit that sweet old competition? Getting into the juicy shit.
No.
Are we just gonna talk about the juicy stuff, or?
Oh, all right, go on.
Okay, so now Lauren doesn't
Let
shut
Loz
up
free.
for maybe 15, maybe 30 minutes. Let's see how long they want to run this stream. So first and foremost, yeah, our competitions are run so much different. And like, in full honesty, I've never obviously entered the American or anything like that competitions. I've only ever watched it from an outsider's view. But I really wish that we took on a lot of the things that happened in American conventions. And I know there's a American cosplayer called Hack, who's on TikTok, who literally, I believe, made a video not long ago where they were talking about the Australian like conventions, where they were talking to a friend, and funny enough, I found out that was actually Aldermain, who is a Melbourne-based cosplayer. Al,
Yeah.
Sweet Bean. I think they're over in Perth at the moment for Pixel
Yeah,
with that
Pixel
whole posse.
Expo. Yeah.
Yeah, they're over there with that whole Melbourne posse. But they were also talking about it on their TikTok as well, about like stuff that we could like take on as competitions, especially in the sense of levels, which I do agree
It's
with.
levels?
Yeah, levels in competing. So
yeah, she's doing. She did a whole TikTok on it.
Yeah, she did a whole TikTok on it, which like, okay, so my personal take on it is I agree and disagree on that, in the sense that, like, one point that was brought up is the whole thing of, oh, we do actually have enough people that would want the levels, and like we do have enough people that are competing. Yeah, we have enough people competing, but we don't have enough people consistently competing, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because it's always like to.
Because we can have competitions where we have a ton of people entering, and then we can have competitions where, like, you only get maybe 10 competitors. So it's really competition is what. And we do technically have levels, but at the same time, I do agree that we should actually have better levels to kind of organize stuff to promote people entering. So I know American conventions, they have journeyman, intermediate, and then master. So journeyman is this is your first time entering competitions, like this is your first time starting out on the competition world. Intermediate is if you've got an award under your belt. And then master is once you hit that like master international level, like your higher up levels and such. So we do technically have that, but not in the same way, and it's really, really intimidating on how we have it. And as well, I know I've talked to American cosplayers who are competitive cosplayers as well. And I've explained how our system is more like their version of, because they have open divisions where anyone, any level can just enter. And was talking to them about how our competitions are basically like open divisions. And that's the thing, is that like every competition is technically on some level an open division, because the thing is that with them, your scaling of how you enter a competition is by your career type thing. So, like, to be able to go up to that master level, or even, I think, even if you want to go up into intermediate level, you have to be able to show that you can compete there. So either you have to be able to show that you've won awards, or your sewing level is at that level, or your craftsmanship level is at that level. You can't just immediately enter it, where ours is that even though you do go through a little bit of a screening, technically you can still enter into a master's division having never competed in competitions before. Which, that I do agree on the whole scaling. Like, we should really be able, like, we should take on a scaling of some sort, going based off your career, to be able to. But it then falls back into.
I know that some people don't understand cosplay competition scene.
Yeah.
And see it as like someone winning as a they shouldn't have type of thing.
Yeah.
Especially if they do repeats on their costumes.
Oh, sandbaggers. Yeah. Sandbaggers is to be honest, a big issue at the moment in the Australian community. Thankfully, I didn't see it as much this year in the OzCon champ stuff, but sandbagging is a thing. And it is a big issue we have, I know. Which is great. We love a sandbagger. The best type of people, not. But yeah.
Oz has beef, apparently.
I've gotten comments where people are like, "Oh, Oni, you were robbed," and I'm like, "No, not really."
Yeah. Well, that's the other side of competing, is the whole side of the audience sees one thing, but the judges see another.
Yeah.
That's like, I've had those comments before as well of, oh, you got robbed of not like, oh, you should have been given like second or third at very least, like you should have got an award. But it's also the thing of like, yeah, you say that, but at the same time, I've gotten the feedback from the judges and I understand why I didn't get an award. Where you look at the stage and me being on stage for like maybe 5 seconds to a minute if I'm doing a skit, like there is a big difference in that sense of why someone wins an award.
Like, I entered the same cosplay twice, and both times they've been incomplete as well. So I know it's incomplete. The judges are aware it's incomplete. And I know that's going to be heavily judged because it's not complete.
Yeah.
So
it
may appear that way, that it may appear to them that, oh, your cosplay looks great. Like, I don't understand. Why didn't you get an award? I know why I didn't get an award, and the judges know why I didn't get an award. It's because it's incomplete. That's my mindset from like my last cosplay comp. Because I knew it was incomplete, but I wanted to enter because my friend was judging the comp, and I kind of just wanted to make sure she had contestants because it was like a student-run event, so...
Yeah. But still, yeah, it's one of those things of, like, it's not the only time it would be an audience choice if audience choice was an award, and there's a reason why audience choice isn't an award. If that makes sense. Because at the same time, it does come down to like people having biased opinions and all of that fun type of stuff. So, judges do very, very good hard work, and we love our judges.
And they're all experienced in the cosplay.
Yeah. Although I've seen overseas conventions where they've chose judges and they're like not experienced judges. They're just maybe famous on TikTok. But that I won't get into because that's not something I can.
That's another can of worms.
That's another can of worms in itself.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, there are a lot of differences for our competitions as well. One thing I was actually talking to a friend about who does a lot of like skit-based comps and such, is basically how Australia doesn't do much in the way of skit-based and the whole masquerade base as well. We're very much craftsmanship-based.
Yeah. I mean, we used to have skit competitions.
We do, but they're not as popular. I think that's the other reason why so I was talking to what's their tag? Vi? Was it Vi? Yeah. I think so. The ones that won ECG this year.
Vi cos.
Yeah, something like that. I was talking to their duo like before we did it, like before we did the competition. I was just Vamp and Vi, that's it. I was talking to those two, and because obviously Vi does a lot of like international competitions themselves.
Yeah.
And I know they get into talks with a lot of the runners and such, and has tried to bring competitions down to Australia. But the thing is, to me, as much as I love some of these competitions to come down, and there are a lot of ones that I would love to come down, a lot of them are still very skip-based. And our primary issue with skip-based comps is that, like, especially those international high-level competitions and such, is that we just don't have the people that want to enter it. There's not the correct amount of interest.
Mm.
And even at that, like, I find as well that's just a general thing with high-level comps. Of the reason why we don't have many high-level Masters Division comps is because we just don't have the people to enter them. I know, not to go too far in though, OzCon. I know OzCon was struggling with champs this year. Some states, they weren't able to get many competitors. I know Sydney, we only had 4 people in our Sydney preliminaries for OzCon champs this year. And like to where they were also bringing up people from the Saturday comp into the championships, which is pretty big because of we don't have many people entering those comps. Which once again kind of makes sense because we're not a massive community as well. So it's one of those things of we can't. So bringing it back around town, I understand why we don't have levels for that reason. That's my main thinking of it, is because we just don't have the amount of people entering, which is also sad because there are a lot of cosplayers out there where I look at their stuff and I'm like, you should enter that into a competition. That's really, really good cosplay, but then they're also like, oh no, I don't want to enter into a competition. I'm too nervous, or like all of that. So I think that's my final 2-point take on competing in Australia, is that we just don't have the people because Anyway, I'm rambling. I'll stop now.
No, but it is true though. Okay, so I've noticed that we're putting out like pretty damn impressive cosplay builds time and time again, like something that we can compete with the stuff like overseas and all that. Like 100%, we're not something where it's like, oh, we just do it for the heck of it. It's like a lot of us do it as like, some people I know are actual costume makers, like for like stage productions and all that sort of stuff. It's not like we don't have the ability to do it. We 100% can compete just as what like overseas cons can. Like 100%.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think the primary big difference for us between Australian comps and American and overseas comps is just the amount of people who are willing to enter into the competitions. And like we have people that are willing, but a lot of the time it's the same people over and over again. And like I know once you get to a stage of like, hey, I actually just need a bit of time to build up my cosplay resume again. So like, because a lot of people's builds, right, will take over a year to make. So obviously you're not going to be able to make the next competition if you've entered the competition the year before or something like that, because you still have to go and make your costume. So I think if they do want to introduce those levels, they really need to introduce more people into comping. If that makes sense.
They do. Because I feel like even for like small conventions, like, yes, OzCon is really like popular for the cosplay competition, but not enough people enter for like all the different things.
Yeah, agree.
Yeah.
And that's also with Supernova. Like, I do know Supernova, even though they don't do their high-level competition anymore, their general competition, yeah, gets a lot of people as well in, but at the same time, it's like just trying to bring that draw to it of actually getting people to compete.
Yeah.
So, I don't know how they run the Supernova one because I haven't done the Supernova one before. But like that, and it's also the low-key discouragement of like not feel like you've been taken too seriously with those lower comps. So that's what scares a lot of people, because there are like, I know last year's OzCon Saturday comp for the Sydney, because there were so many people, it discouraged a lot of people. If that makes sense. So it's one of those like two sides of a coin type thing of like,
Yeah.
you need people to enter, to encourage people to enter. But at the same time, if you find you're having too many people enter, then it's the story of, hey, we should set this out into divisions.
True.
Because that's also my big takeaway from like even standard competitions for Americans and such, because they have so many people wanting to enter, and it's kind of like a whole day thing for them. It's just trying to make sure that they're able to organize everyone. I think if someone was willing to talk to the conventions and put their arm up to organize it and do a trial run, I think it would go over pretty well.
Yeah.
But it's also one of those things of, I think it just needs to be introduced into the into the comping community a bit, like start at one convention, slowly build it in, see how it goes, see if it works. If it works, continue. If it doesn't, just it's not going to work for us.
My thing with that is I want them to make it so it's in like a theater. I find because they always do it in the expo, and then there's other things going on in the expo.
Yeah,
like I feel the theater would be a bit more nice. I feel.
Yeah. Having done one in a theater before, it is a very much nicer. It gives a bit more of a grander feel. And I know not every convention also has the budget for that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I definitely agree. Like,
'Cause, like-
I haven't particularly liked that OzCon's been having just a little smaller stage in the back corner of the convention compared to when they used to have this big, massive stage. But yeah, no, I definitely do agree.
Like, OzCon here, like, is in the Melbourne, like, exhibition convention centre.
Yeah.
And it's got a theatre, like, just across the hall. So if they were able to hire that, it would have been good. But yet again, they may not always have the budget for it, which is fair enough. I think it's just a bit more well, to be honest, just to me at least. I know you can also argue the fact that, maybe not that many people see, like, there's a cosplay comp going on, unless they're in the convention, which is fair enough. But yeah, I just feel it's a bit more nicer when it's in a theater, because then you're able to live stream and you don't get that background noise as well.
Yeah. Well, that's also one thing that I've noticed with the American conventions over the years is that because their conventions are often done in hotels, but they still do conventions in convention centers. They will quite often have like panel rooms and all of that is separate to the convention. So then it's a bit quieter for those types of events.
Yeah.
And like it's the same thing of, so then you, like, when you live stream, you're only getting the panels or you're only getting the whatever's happening on stage. Like, I do agree on that. Absolutely.
And I feel like it can be distracting, I guess.
Yeah.
I get easily distracted, I find.
Oh yeah, I definitely agree. I get very distracted. As we have seen me going on a tangent.
I mean, I was intrigued.
But
I went on a tangent competitions. Last time we were live. I got in trouble.
Yes, you did.
But yeah.
No, I genuinely am curious now. Like, if this gets shared with like anyone overseas, like I DM the basically chaotic podcast account. I want to see if like the things we have said we've gotten somewhat right, or like are there things that we have missed
wrong.
because somewhat wrong.
Maybe you can review over it in a different episode, but yeah, it'd be great.
Maybe one day we'll get someone that's actually from like the States to join on to our podcast and revisit this topic.
Yeah.
Special guests.
Yeah, special guests eventually down the line.
But yeah, like I definitely love talking about these sort of topics where like people don't realize like the amount of differences. Like, yes, we all cosplay around the world. We're all cosplayers and all that. And, you know, we all share the same sort of passion and all that. But fundamentally, at the end of the day, we all have different methods of how we run conventions. Even when it comes to just, like, cosplay meetups or photo shoots and all that sort of stuff, like, it's all vastly different.
And as well, I find a lot of the times when you're looking at conventions on, say, like, YouTube and TikTok and, like, trying to see what, like, conventions are like, it's always the American conventions. So it's also good for us in the sense of showing what an Australian convention is like.
Yeah. No, 100%. That's why I
put us in the spotlight.
Yeah.
That's why I vlog a lot of the cons. It's like, yes, it's the same cons that I go to. But
this is the Aussie experience.
Yeah, because, like, I do know a lot of people from the States are very curious of what our conventions are like. And it also makes me curious of what other countries that don't get talked about, like, what Asian because I know Asian conventions, so this is going to like Japanese conventions and Chinese and Korean conventions and such. I know they're a whole nother ball game. They're a whole lot different to ours and the States and the European conventions and all of that.
Would be cool to compare, like, any differences they have there.
Yeah, well, especially their cosplay culture as well. That as well, I know. I want to say the Singaporean conventions as well. I know they're a lot different,
I
but also
know
like
people
countries
that've
where
gone
you,
there,
yeah,
actually. Like some
yeah,
cosplayers from the Melbourne community, they've come here, also go to the Singapore ones, and I've seen like their stories of it there. It's a bit like, I don't know where it's held, but it's very big where it's held, and like um everyone's involved in the cosplay
yeah.
scene.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, like they have a big like you I know we see them a lot at Smash because a lot of the ones come to Smash and such and
Yeah.
they're the same. They'll bring a lot of their culture to our Australian conventions so we go kind of get a glimpse of what they're like. And then as well like conventions like places where you wouldn't expect it, like that there is like Comic Cons and conventions and all of that, but what the um cosplay scene is like there. So like I'm trying to think of countries that would be involved in that. Like say like the Philippines, what a Philippine Comic Con would be like,
I know
or
that they like to have a lot of cosplay events in like the shopping centers because they have really big
yeah,
shopping centers.
yeah, like that. Like what are countries that don't often get talked about? Because I know I've seen clips of like German Comic Cons and German conventions, and they're usually done at like universities and such, and like stuff like that. Like other countries would be very interesting. Sorry, Lauren's going on a tangent there as well.
Nothing wrong with the Lauren.
Loz always goes on a
Loz
tangent.
tantrum.
Lauren,
Tantrum. I don't
tangent,
know why it's a tantrum.
tantrum.
Have a tantrum, Oni, about the fact that
Loz is going on
R7
a
just won.
rant.
Oh, don't. Wait,
Oh
did
my god,
R7
you
win?
two.
So that is why Tim went quiet. I thought so.
Where, for those that have no context at all, me and Tiff are both watching the Worlds play-ins at the moment at the same time as recording this.
Because
Because
screw you, Europe. Why did it have to be in Europe this year?
So that is why Tim let me go on the big ass tangent about competings and competitions.
yeah,
Because World started.
yep, and
Yeah.
Worlds has been
World has been on while we were talking about this.
Yeah, and this is the type of thing me and Tim will be like looking at the next few weeks. We're just gonna talk about this.
Even at PAX, you're just gonna see me in the freaking hotel room at like 2 a.m. just watching.
We'll be like,
Would not surprise me. You did
do
it
you
last
reckon
time.
T1 will win?
Oh wait, today's the last day of play-ins.
Also,
so,
join me
yeah.
in yelling at Tiff in the hotel and go to bed.
No, Loz will join because last time Loz did that and we just stayed up drinking soju. So, oh, that's it. Okay, okay. This is another thing too. Is our okay? I know we were gonna probably call it soon. I did want to talk about one other thing though that might be a stark difference between overseas versus our things. When it comes to hoteling or like grabbing accommodation and all that, right? Like obviously we talked about how in America
They have it in the hotel.
They have it in the hotel and all that. But stuff like I've noticed for MCM, London and all that, a lot of people just train it in because it's held in a like a exhibition hall or something. I wonder if like
I don't know.
I wonder if the hoteling experience is like pretty similar to us where a lot of the times we just
I know a lot of people I see them all the time of people will bunk with strangers. That I don't get. I don't know how you could bunk with a stranger.
I'm too terrified to do that.
I'd be too terrified as well.
That's one thing
Probably
I
like
was
a random
curious
stranger.
about.
No, thank you.
Like how
That
do you
and I
do
know
that?
of the whole thing of cramming like 10 cosplayers into one tiny hotel room, and I'm like, nah, not for me as well. I say that while we're doing that for PAX, but like that's a whole.
No. We're in the penthouse. There's difference.
Yeah.
No, but in all seriousness though, like okay, so the culture between what we do, like when we hotel plus going back and doing other events and all that. So I know for a fact here, I've done this with Loz many times now, and I've done this with Loz during PAX time and all that sort of stuff, where most of the time we would go back to like hotel rooms or whatever, drink, have a few things, go to any like dinners or anything like that, and just to vibe like so much. And I don't know if like overseas like they do the same, or do they like do some of it or not all of it, or is it because their cons run so long that they're still at the event?
That they'd have like, I've seen people's vlogs and such, and they're like, oh yeah, we're going out for dinner after. Even though half of them are like still in cosplay, but yeah.
I guess
I'd imagine it's a thing of going out to dinner like after a convention and hanging out after a convention.
Yeah, like for us, it's definitely a big thing. Like so speaking of which, we did Oz Comic Con last week, and then on the Saturday afterwards, we decided to go out for dinner. Like, and that was a norm for us. So, also to interject, we have someone who's in the Twitch chat as we are streaming this at the moment. So anyone that watches this, we're just checking out the chat because someone has commented actually an experience that they had, which was they bunked with a group of strangers once. Don't recommend. Oh, Ren. Yeah, no,
are you okay?
I don't understand how people can do that overseas. I've seen some of those things where it's like, they'll post up being like, hey, we need accommodation stayers or goers or whatever. And I'm like, how? How do you do that?
Yeah. Not for me.
No.
Like, I know some people can make lifelong friends doing that. Yeah, sure, but nah, not for me. I wouldn't trust it with a 10-foot pole.
So my biggest thing is
Laws all the way in the other side of the country with a pole going, nope.
But like, okay, so this is the thing, right? I'm very picky on who I stay with. I've stayed with a lot of different people going down to PAX. So I am very picky. The fact that I am staying with Loz again, first of all, is surprising because I'm surprised they didn't just get annoyed with the fucking morning, like the early morning, like shenanigans, and the fact that
Farm Mulan.
the farm Mulan and eating shit on the staircase.
And the bibbles.
Who ate shit on the staircase?
Me.
Tim.
Yeah, that was
Aw.
the funniest part.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I couldn't go to Ghost. I was so upset. It's a good
No,
thing,
it
though.
sounds like a you issue.
No, it was a good thing, too.
I
They
will warn, Tiff, there are stairs in this
shut the fuck
accommodation.
up. Shut the fuck up.
We will have a warning. We'll put a sign up. Tim, do not fall down the stairs.
I'm gonna scream. I'm gonna scream.
But yeah.
We love you.
Do you, though?
Okay, fine, I'll say no.
See, that's exactly what I thought. Alright, you know what? I think it's time for us to call it there. Because I don't like being bullied on stream.
Too bad.
You're always you're easy pick for us to bully, though.
Wow, I see. Okay, so next time we do this, we have unfortunately kicked that gremlin child from the podcast completely. We do not condone any of their actions.
We do not condone
Well,
this.
that's just you.
I swear, why? All right, nah. In all seriousness, though, we do actually like each other. We're not just doing this because, you know.
Yeah, we like each other. Don't know about Tim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck did I do?
Tim, we keep around as like that little chaotic pet.
I'm
You just
sorry.
eat it every so often.
I'm a pet.
Yeah. That's what
I'm
gingers
not
are.
saying
Sorry.
anything.
Oh my god, we're back to this again, Loz!
Back to
bringing
the
it
fucking
back
ginger
around.
comment. Oh fuck me.
Loz!
I have a thing for gingers. There we go. I will
Hang on a
snap
minute. You
everything
have a
down.
what?
Oh,
What?
you see my partner? No. I will snap at a ginger. Gingers have no souls, so it doesn't matter.
Remind me again why I'm staying with you in Melbourne.
Because you need a place to stay, and I needed someone to pay for the accommodation.
Oi.
Oi.
I'm fucking reconsidering this now, a week out from PAX.
Too bad, no refunds.
Take you to small
Reconsider
claims
all
court.
you want, no refunds.
Take you to small claims court. Let's go.
No, I'm
but in all
kidding.
Actually, wait. You're screwed though. I have your ticket.
I know. That's why I'm saying I'm kidding.
Oh boy. All right. Well, actually, I think we're gonna call it there because before this gets out of hand.
I think it's already out of hand. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
What do you mean?
Yeah, you're not wrong though. You're not wrong. Anyway, I don't have anything else. I'm sorry. Oh god. Anyways, let's call it there. So, thank you all so much for tuning in to the 6th episode of the Basically Chaotic podcast, where we talked about the differences between overseas conventions versus Australia from an outsider's perspective. I've been one of your hosts, Tiff Twinkle. Next to me, I have...
Oni Meow, and next to me I have...
That gremlin child, and next to me I have...
How's the wagon? And be careful of gingers. Because they will bite. Don't feed them after midnight. Make sure they don't get wet.
That's me, dragon. That is me.
And Tiff is literally drinking water right now.
No, we're all fucked. by all
Wait, is that an
I mean
alcoholic
me.
beverage?
I finished.
We're talking about the water. We're talking about the water.
Not me though, as I'm gonna fly down and I'm just gonna have a beer with my flight because that's all I can grab with that stupid voucher.
We have a voucher?
We have a $10 voucher.
This is the first that Gremlins.
Anyway,
I'll give them a warm.
also, hey, we're gonna be
Melbourne
all
welcome.
at PAX. We're not doing a panel or anything. We're just all gonna be at PAX.
We're
That's a
all
cool
at PAX.
fact. We're all at PAX. Come find us.
Come find us. Yeah, we're a cool gang.
The fuck was that
I
awkward
will
laugh?
most likely be with Oni the first day.
Well, you guys are probably going to be running around at first, and then there's just going to be me running around trying to make all the content. So, this is going to be a fun and exciting PAX. But yes, no, definitely come say hi if you see or bump into any of us. We, as Loza said, we are friendly. So,
Some of us.
For the most part.
I'm friendly. Just make sure I've had alcohol first.
Bruh, we're not promoting
Yeah,
this.
sure.
I don't promote
You're not
Tiff
promoting
Twinkle.
alcoholism.
But yeah, no.
We
Oh, we're
EP.
we're EP. But no.
Okay, Tim, finish the stream.
All right. Hopefully
Oh, we
you've
can
all
go bed.
enjoyed this.
Yeah, finish the stream
Hopefully-
before we start talking
Okay,
again.
let me finish it then. All right. Thank
No.
you. So
No.
much.
No.
I can mute you all. How about that?
You have to finish the stream, but we're not gonna let you finish the stream.
Challenge accept.
Challenge accepted.
I have a PAX 3-day badge for sale for $175.
Yeah, I need the money, thanks.
Wait, who's back?
Can I take it? It's the creator one, isn't it?
No. All right. Thank you all so much for tuning in to this episode. Come catch us again. We will post up on our stories, and we'll make a post when we're going to be live next time. After PAX is done and dusted. So it might not be straight away. We're going to need time to recover because PAX is oh boy, it's a big one. So.
Oh, baby, a triple.
Oh, baby, a triple. But no, thank you all so much for tuning in. We'll see you all then. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Say hi to me at PAX.
Bye.
I am friendly. That's
Hi,
it.
Oni.
Hi, Loza.